Hi, I'm Ken Jr. and welcome to Train World TV. Here you'll find the latest and greatest in model trains. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. And if you're new to our channel, we're glad you're here, and I invite you to click the subscribe button and hit that bell notification so you'll never miss a video. Now, we'd also love to send you exclusive deals and special announcements that you won't find anywhere else. So be sure to sign up for our emails, TW Text, and stay connected with us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Now, you can find all the links in the description box below or trainworld.com. And without further ado, enjoy today's video. All right, and good evening, everybody, and welcome to Train World TV. Tonight, we have a very special, two-part live stream, and tonight will be the first part. It is the Lionel book catalog flip-through that we have been doing for, the past couple of years now. And I am very proud to present our special guest. And we have Meghan from Lionel. How you doing, Meghan?
Hey, Ken. Good to see you.
Good to see you. And we also have Cori. How you doing, Cori?
I'm doing great. Nice to be here.
And my father, always entertaining and energetic on these live streams, Ken Sr.
Hey, thank you for inviting me, Ken. It's always a pleasure.
No problem. And
he tries to cut me out, but I won't let him.
So tonight is going to be a great topic. We're going to go over all the traditional products, and these two girls are kind of responsible and have some great ideas that they put into these catalogs, and they really make some great, unique items that always kind of go above and beyond. So I'm really excited to see their work on their new catalog. And just so before I do forget, February 7th, which I believe is Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken, let me double check. Yes, this Tuesday, we're also going to have Ryan Kunkle going over high-end power and power supply products from the new catalog. So make sure you save the date on that, and we'll go over it this Tuesday. But without further ado, because I know everybody is so excited to get this new catalog, they've been flipping through. And what's sort of great about these flip throughs is a lot of people have questions when they do flip through the catalog, and this is your time to shine. If you have questions, we do our best to answer them. But give it a whirl on the comments and type in the chat, and we'll be looking out for you. So I don't know who wants to start, either Meghan or Cori, but I'll let you guys or ladies take the wheel.
Well, first off, thanks so much for having us. I just want to reintroduce myself. I'm Meghan Frazier. I'm a product manager here at Lionel. I take care of the traditional set line as well as the LionChief 2.0 items, rolling stock and accessories. And This is Cori's first show here with Train World tonight, so I'll let her introduce herself as well.
Thanks. Yep, like Megan was saying, I'm Cori. I'm also a product manager here at Lionel. And I touched a lot of the products on the motorized category, a little bit of track, and some other product lines related to our mass market. So super excited to be here and show you all this fun product that we had a lot of fun bringing to life for you guys.
Yeah, we're definitely a team in the production department, and Cori will be jumping in on her items to go over this just fun, huge, packed, great catalog that we've got going on for you. I'm going to jump right into traditional here. And start you off with plug in the universal remote as we kick into the LC2 and LionChief section. The universal remote is always great to have on hand, especially if you've got a lot of locomotives in your arsenal there. And all the sets that you're going to see here are also available to be run with the LionChief Bluetooth app. That's the free app that lets you access all the Bluetooth features, such as like VSR, or the voice control. We always kick off our catalogs with going over all the features of the line so that you're very familiar with what items have what features. So kicking off in the LC2 product for the first time as an LC2 item, we have the Mikados here. 4 really great road names, iconic road names, I think, to kick it off with Milwaukee, the Chicago, Burlington, and Quincy, the Union Pacific, and Pennsylvania. Always got to throw a UP and a Pennsylvania in there where we can. On the diesel end of the bargain, we have the ET44 ACs with the Canadian National, Kansas City Southern, BNSF, and the Norfolk Southern locomotives. Kansas City Southern and BNSF always get a lot of hits just because of the wonderful paint schemes that they have on them.
Yeah, Megan, a couple of years back, you made the same body style, and it sold out instantly. It was a very big hit because the modern engine, great paint jobs, and it's this 2.0?
It is 2.0, yes.
2.0, okay. Yeah.
This has been a favorite. I think we told this up a few years ago, and it's been featured in some sets as well. It's definitely been a really good seller for us, and always good for people to see trains that they're used to seeing as they're driving down the road.
Right.
All right, up next we have some Bud rail diesel cars, and as the name suggests, these actually came out of the Bud Company back in the 50s, and this was based in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And the cool thing about these is it was a reliable form of transportation and commuter service for passengers in rural areas. So we took it upon ourselves to jam as much technology as we could into these. So this also comes with LionChief 2.0 features. It's going to have Bluetooth, Lionel voice control, lighting, sound, all the good stuff. And also offering a variety of really popular road names here. In addition, we're also adding a Polar Express, which you'll see a bit later. And that one came out awesome as well, and we'll have custom Polar sound. So we'll be offering these in 2 different forms. You'll have the option to buy a powered unit, or you could buy a combo unit, which would actually have a powered and non-powered unit. So if you're looking for a little bit of both, or you can buy 10 powered units, you get that option, which we think is pretty cool.
Yeah, and just some questions on the LionChief 2.0. Usually they're not to full scale. They're more ready to roll and at a more affordable price point. So that's kind of the point of the lower end of the market. But they're still great engines, and they're great runners for the money.
Yeah, these are people that are for people, well, they're for anyone really, but especially for those who either have a smaller sized layout, not a lot of space to run, or someone who's not quite ready to go up to the legacy tier yet. Really excited to be talking to you guys about D100. You guys are going to see this, I think, everywhere you go for the rest of this year in any store that you're shopping out. Disney and Lionel have had a very long history together, which Cori will go over as we talk about the hand car. But we were really excited to be able to offer such a broad amount of items to celebrate Walt Disney, his love of trains. So kicking off again with you gotta have the Disney 100 train set. It's gonna have the unique D100 finish on it. It's kind of like, what's what I'm looking for? Somewhat like an oil slick, got the rainbow colors. If you turn your head one way to look at it, it looks one color. You turn your head another way, kind of like an oil slick effect on that. Celebrating all kinds of characters from Disney, from their Pixar characters to the classic core Sensational Six, as well as some princesses riding along in that train. This will have the custom authentic Mickey Mouse announcements in it, and it'll have the disappearing Mickey riding on top of the coach car. That's, of course, especially important for those of you that have low tunnels and bridges. You can always flip Mickey inside to make sure that you protect him as you go through those items. Really excited to show you as well the D100 illuminated boxcar. As you may know, in the last catalog, we had done some new illuminated effects with our boxcars where the light shines through on one side of the car. We're going to light up that D100 on each side of the Disney illuminated boxcar, and it's going to have an LED effect with multicolored LEDs to really make that Disney 100 logo on the side twinkle and glow, just like everything else you're going to see throughout the year as Disney celebrates its 100 years. And then for those who go on their Disneyland vacations every year, you can always personalize a boxcar on Lionel.com as well.
That's what's great about the show, the Disney illuminated boxcar. I didn't even realize it was illuminated. And I know you guys did some special illuminations with the Polar Express Christmas tree car that we talked about earlier on the year, and some other cool boxcars that you did. And the lighting is terrific on those.
Yes.
They really look elegant, crisp, and very well done, and it's very well presented on the boxcars. So I could only imagine how this is really going to turn out. I think it's going to be a showstopper. But the pre-orders on this car, and maybe other people realize that it said illuminated, and unlike me, who just flips through and just looks at the pictures. But it seems like everybody's gobbling up this boxcar, and it could just because maybe it's the Disney 100th anniversary tied in, so people are excited about that too. But a lot of buzz around this illuminated boxcar.
Yeah, I think that when you guys see it in person, and especially if you've seen the Polar and the Christmas one that we did last year, having those twinkling lights like behind backlit on the car, rather than in the past we've done where you have like the punch out LEDs through them. You will not see like the LED bulbs in here. You will just see the twinkling of the lights through the car. That effect you'll see on a couple other items that we have further in the catalog, but I cannot tell you how proud we are of how these came out, working with our factories and our engineering team to make these really pop.
Is there a number set on how many you're going to make on this set, or the Disney stuff, or is it just when you get the orders you'll decide?
It is not limited edition at this time, so there's not a cutoff on how many that we'll order until we know what demand we have there. But get your orders in with your dealers so that we can make sure these items get made.
Yep.
Also, to add on to the set, once you've got the set, you've got what we're calling the Vault Moments cars. So these are add-on box cars. They're two-sided, so they've got different graphics on each side, celebrating all the different years of Disney magic, and really playing off of that old school, old movie vibe with the grayscale graphics on each side, celebrating, Steamboat Willie and, Donald Duck and Goofy from, way back in the day when they originally aired, getting to show the graphics of, modern Disney, and then going back into the vault and pulling out some of their old school graphics. It was really fun to do on these cars, and I think our team had a great time created them. And one of the items that I'm also particularly proud of in here is the illuminated D100 theater. This is a accessory building that we have done before. However, it's been upgraded to add the illuminated LED lighted marquee on the front, as well as the movie posters on the side are also going to be backlit and illuminated. The lights on the marquee will have that like chasing effect as it goes around, just like you would see in the old school theaters back in the day. So that one's going to come out really cool. I'm excited to be able to start getting samples of that and show it off to all of you.
And that's why we do this. So we learn these things. I didn't know that.
Yeah, we're so privileged. We get so geeked up talking about Disney around here because of the special relationship that, Walt Disney had with our founder, Lionel Joshua Cohen. So actually back in 1934, these two titans of animation and imagination teamed up, and they created a Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse handcar, which would become one of the most iconic pieces in train history, train car and train history rather. And so we wanted to honor that legacy by offering an authentic recreation of this original wind-up clockwork-like handcar. And so in order to do that, we actually are doing handcrafted figures. We have an authentic key similar to the same one that you would see in the very original handcar. We have a plaque on the side with the same font and some special touches to allude to the original plaque on the previous handcar. And also we're offering a complete loop of 027 tubular track to go along with this as well. So you're going to get a true piece of art here. And we're going to offer this in 5 different color variations. And if you are interested in or your fans in learning more about these handcars, we encourage everyone to go to lionel.com/handcar and find out how you can get those colors. So super excited. This has probably become my closest sort of child in the product line, and I'm really excited to show it to everyone.
Yeah. Well, in my top 10 later on, which I'll tell you in the catalog, which are the top 10s of the Ready to Run catalog, this is the #1 piece, and the color red is the best seller for sure. It's a home run. It's the orders are flying in, and this will work on somebody's existing tubular track, whether O gauge or 027.
Right. So it would be it would be O gauge tubular track, and this is actually going to come in 2-rail. So it's not going to have that sort of middle rail, and that's because, again, we're doing a true recreation of the original form. But you'll have everything you need that'll come with that set, and then you can set it up, and you don't even need power to the track or anything like that. So you just use the key to wind up, and use the lever to turn that on or off. So.
Okay, but will it work on the 3-rail tubular track?
It will fit on the 3-rail tubular, but we're just offering it with the original tubular form.
Okay. Yeah. Very good. Very good. Mm. Are you going to have 2-rail tubular track sold separately?
No, we won't sell it separately outside of the handcar. We'll keep it true to that. And if anyone would like to purchase more track, they can visit their local dealer.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Willy Wonka. This one has been so much fun to plan and put together with the team here. There's actually a Willy Wonka movie, a new a version of it coming out in December of 23, so right around Christmas time this year. So we thought, what a great time to introduce this set, whether you're fans of the original or any of the remakes. There's something for everyone to love on this set. It's really got that throwback 70s, 80s vibe on all the art on it. And it gave me a chance to bring back an accessory that we haven't done in a while, which is what I'm calling the Wonka Bar packaging facility. So taking that old log accessory that we have, sending the chocolate logs through, it'll have, the motion and the sound effects, and then out comes the Wonka bars packaged up for everyone and ready to go. Also, for the first time, we're going to be doing the Willy Wonka tank car. What's really cool about that one is that it's going to have a simulated load inside of it that looks like pieces of the everlasting gobstoppers from the movie. You'll have all the different colors in there of what it would take to make up an everlasting gobstopper for you. And then rounding it out for another add-on piece to go to the set, we have the Wonka Bar Golden Tickets boxcar, which will have an opening door that just reveals a simulated golden ticket within the inside of it. this set's really cool. Comes with the 080 locomotive, the mint car, that again will showcase those Wonka bars inside of it, the Oompa Loompas guarding all their precious candy in there, and then the chasing gondola with the Oompa Loompas riding around the track, and then featuring some like the everlasting gobstopper, the fizzy lifting drink, all nods to the original here but not being overtly original, so that again it ties back with whichever movie you might be a fan of.
Mm-hmm. So the big question is, do you get hot chocolate smoke fluid or sugar cookie smoke fluid?
All of the above.
Okay. Did the accessory smoke?
No, it does not.
Okay. All right.
Just sounds and animation on that one.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to talk about anything unless I talk about Halloween. So we definitely got to talk about our fast freight service here. Again, kicking off with that ET44 diesel locomotive that we talked about that everyone is just absolutely loving. Having a modern diesel in the Halloween lineup was just a must-have. I think our team here really knocked the graphics out of the park on this one, with the Salem Cider Works tank car, the Crane Apothecary Potions and Spells, and then doing a maxi stack car where each one of the trailers on that car has really cool, authentic Halloween graffiti. That graffiti is different on each side. And then we have an add-on as well with the Freightliner cars of the maxi stacks as well with that unique graffiti. We've also got Frankenstein's Monsters Gateman, so that's a play off of our original Gateman, but with a newly tooled Frankenstein's monster figure in there and a purple light within. If anyone's got a Halloween layout, you definitely have to add this on there. That's activated by a accessory activator pack. Also, which will actually be shipping here soon, the Frankenstein's Bar and Ghoul. That's our newly acquired corner store building, with some really fun Halloween graphics on the side.
Yeah, I don't think that has to be strictly Halloween. I think that looks like some bars in regular towns, quite honestly.
Yeah, I know I would definitely hit up Frankenstein's. That seems like a fun place to be. And it does have some nods to some of the other Halloween brands that we've come up with, like Boneyard Soda.
Mm-hmm. It actually looks like a hipster bar in Brooklyn. So it could be local New Yorkers.
There you go. Another Mikado. We're also going to be doing the separate sale Halloween locomotives have been doing really well for us, and especially the LC2 items, having the Mikado there, and you're going to get all the LC2 features in there. You're also going to get Lionel's amazing custom Halloween sounds out of that. So I can't wait to see what our team comes up with in there. So you're going to get the howling, you're going to get all the spooky sounds out of it, and the deco on this, if you see on the boiler there with the bats flying down the side of it, I think that came out really cool. We also have the Spooky Sounds boxcar with illumination. Again, this is that same illumination we were just talking about on the D100 car, but this one will have the lights on the jack-o'-lantern's eyes and mouths will light up orange like they're singing along to all the spooky sounds in the boxcar. So not only are you getting lights in this, but you're also getting sound. And we have the Dr. Acula Blood Tonic Tank Car. This tees back to some of the previous Halloween items we've done. So this will match all your ELX stuff or any of the new stuff that you have with the simulated ooze, the blood red ooze inside of the tank car there. New for us, and we had done some horror items in the past, but bringing that back in a really extreme way is the horror cars with animation. We have the Pennywise Peekaboo car. We've got Pennywise bobbing with the balloon on the other side going up and down as he's being pulled across your track, and the Exorcist floating Regan car. This is the part in the movie when she levitates off the bed and scares everyone. Mm-hmm. So I've been getting so much good feedback on these items. I know that as I've been out to shows and when I came to visit you, I met a lot of people that were really into the horror and Halloween stuff. So they asked for it, and I was able to deliver on this one. I hope everyone enjoys it as much as I did.
Yeah.
Cool.
See, it always pays to put in your suggestions, guys out there. It's give them ideas, and they may act on it. Yeah.
And new to Lionel tooling, we've got our first set with the 280 consolidation locomotive with a classic New York Central road name and paint scheme here with the pacemaker freight services. I expect you will see this in lots of sets to come. It's a really great classic locomotive. And we also offer a separate sale pacemaker merchandise boxcar. Anytime that we add a piece of rolling stock that's got some animation to it, they really do well. This one here, the door will open automatically, the boxes all eject, and again, having that classic NYC pacemaker paint scheme on that makes this really a must-have.
Right. Good stuff.
Another one that I was really excited to do here is called the Gold Mountain LionChief Bluetooth 5.0 set. 2023 is the 175th anniversary of when the gold rush began in California. While they didn't have this train there at the time, the gold rush really sparked a amount of wealth and prosperity in California that the need for rail services came about, and people were flocking to California once the gold rush had started and gotten moving. Having the Governor Stanford locomotive, and again the 440 paint schemes, they never disappoint. There's so many of them that we haven't even touched yet that I imagine you're going to continue to see, because the general locomotive just lends itself to beautiful paint schemes. And this one is no exception to that rule. It came out beautifully, and I'm excited to be able to have a what if car separate sale. The Gold Mountain tank car kind of simulated gold flecks riding along in the liquid there, simulating like a sluice tank or something. Texas Special Passenger Set. As you know, the Santa Fe Passenger Set always does really well, and we're excited to bring another iconic paint scheme to the FT units. The Texas Special comes with the 3 passenger cars, lighted with that simulated silver side panels, and then we offer then the 2 add-on coaches for that. You get the Anson B. Jones or the Tulsa, or you can get both to add on to your consist there. Again, anytime.
Actually, this set is a bargain. If you start pricing out 3 individual passenger cars, the track, and the FT engine that you have sold separately, it's a bargain to buy the set. It just is.
And you feel really good when you get this set out. The engine is a heavy locomotive. The graphics and the details on the locomotive themselves, the paint scheme, it's just a sight to see. And I think this one's going to be a winner for everyone.
Yep.
Coming back, upgraded to 5.0, we have the UP Flyer LionChief set. And again, the aforementioned Santa Fe Super Chief set. So those who may not have picked up the sets in 4.0 version will now have the opportunity to get them in 5.0 with the added LVC and VSR functionality. What's really cool about VSR is that you get to speak into your app and pretend to be the conductor or engineer and do your own announcements, which is really fun. And I'll let Cori talk about the add-on boxcar for the Santa Fe.
Right. So we created a boxcar here in honor of the Santa Fe Super Chief's 75th anniversary. And who doesn't love the Super Chief, right? And so we've put some subtle nods to its history on the car itself, in addition to making it look like the Super Chief. And so its first scheduled service being back in 1937 and going to 1974. It was running from Chicago to LA, and it coined itself the term, the train of the stars, right? Because of the clientele they would carry and the kind of service they offered. And what's cool about this car is it has roof print, and this is printed and assembled in the USA. So really sharp, and of course pairs nicely to your other Santa Fe items in general.
Yeah, that's a really sharp looking boxcar, and I love how like on the top it says Super Chief. You
Yeah.
really don't see a lot of boxcars with the anything on the top, so it really gives that three-dimensional flair. So that's really neat. And before we kick it over, Megan, on the Texas Special, do you know if that paint is going to be glossy? Allegheny City Productions had a good question.
I'd have to check back and get back
Okay.
with you. I'm not 100% on which way they're going to go there.
No problem. But regardless, it's a beautiful paint scheme. So.
Yeah. Rounding out the LionChief separate sale items, we do have that 280 that was shown in the Pacemaker set. We have those available for separate sale and some iconic road names such as Nickel Plate Road, Western Maryland, AT&SF, and Chesapeake in Ohio. Again, for people just starting out, these are available to be run either by the Universal Remote or with the free LionChief app. We also have in the diesel world some, again, fun road names with some bright paint schemes. We have the Santa Fe, New York Central, Pennsylvania, and always got to throw some type of Christmas in here. So we have the North Pole Central as well.
Yeah, and also with that Texas Special set, it comes with the control also. You know? So it's an added bonus to that set.
For sure.
So next up, we have our TMCC rail bonders. And actually, our rail bonders in general, we hadn't offered for over 15 years. And we wanted to kind of bring them back and make them really special. So we're loading them up with that Trendmaster command and control features. And so we're going to offer this in 5 different paint schemes, one of which, again, you'll see later. We're bringing some Christmas to it. But really excited to bring these forward and to pump them with some technology. And we hope that the fans like them too.
And for
I didn't remember those at all. When I saw them, I said, "Wow, they're very detailed, very cool looking item. I think they're going to do very well."
Very comparable to our speeders. Same technology now that we're offering, which is probably something the fans are more familiar with. You think of a rail bonder, and you're like, "Wait, what's a rail bonder?" And then you're like, "Wait a minute, that's important." So.
Yeah.
And for our local New Yorkers, there is a Long Island Railroad, and Anthony, he's already, I'm sure he's got one on order.
I like that one. I like that paint scheme a lot.
Yeah, something different.
Yes.
For fans of John Deere, we have some new items coming through here. I'll let Ryan talk about it when he joins you a little bit on Tuesdays. You'll see some more of his 50 or the 50 flat car with the trailers, but the deco on that with the John Deere advertisements really is going to pop. So I'm excited to bring that in. We also have the John Deere flat car with the typo in the catalog there. It's actually going to have 4 vintage mowers on it. So the vintage mowers that you see there, you're going to receive 4 of those within them. And those are the John Deere Tomy loads that they always seem to do really well. I'm always excited to be able to offer an item with a load on it, especially one as iconic as John Deere. Bringing back the flagpole for John Deere with the nothing runs like a deer flagpole. So that'll be really cool. I know a lot of people have those flags out in their yards. So now you get to add it to your train layout. And we always like to do some reefer cars with the vintage John Deere ads. So adding another one there with the vintage John Deere tractor advertisements on the side. Justice League. So really excited about 2016, 2017. We had started a series of Justice League boxcars with each one of the characters of the Justice League on their own separate boxcar. We're completing that set here by bringing all of them together on one boxcar. But we're also bringing in some new Justice League items as well, such as the Kryptonite Hopper, which has I don't know if you remember a few years back, we did the Star Trek dilithium crystal load. This will have that same effect in it, but with the green lighting, with the simulated kryptonite lighting on there. So that's going to glow really bright. For fans of Batman, we've got the DC Wayne Enterprises transport car with the vintage Batman, TV Batman's Batmobile sitting inside there with a simulated insert on there. We also have the DC Wonder Woman Invisible Jet flat car. As you can see, you do get the invisible flat car included. Trust us, it's there. And also the DC Flash Mint car. What's really cool about that, it has that the lenticular effect in it that makes it appear as though Flash is flashing across the boxcar in action there, and each side has its own unique deco scheme there. So no matter which way you're looking at it, it really looks like Flash is darting across the car.
Okay. Yeah. Also, that kryptonite hopper would work well with the Area 51 stuff too, because the top glows on it.
Oh yeah, that green glowing is going to match for sure on all the Area 51 green stuff.
And that's the old school Bat car. A lot of our customers really collect the old school comics, and this is like perfect for their collectability. So that's a real neat throwback.
Absolutely. We have so much fun when we do the Batman stuff, and we really do like to hit the TV area, the 60s, the 70s Batmans, because again, that's what resonates with all of our hobbyists and fans here. And we really enjoy looking at, Batman and Robin and their tights and the bow and the kablam all over the screen. So it was fun to be able to show off the vintage Batmobile inside the car as well. For fans of Harry Potter, we're finally adding some additional rolling stock to passenger cars to go with the sets here. Whether you're Gryffindor, Slytherin, Hufflepuff, or Ravenclaw, there's definitely an add-on car for whichever house you get sorted into. It's got these cars are going to come out so sharp. They match so well with the existing set, and each one has their house crest featured on it. And all of those will have the interior illumination as well.
Very popular because of the Universal that has it down in Florida, the Harry Potter theme park there, which is amazing. And we're just this Harry Potter keeps growing and growing and growing. Good stuff.
What's wonderful about Harry Potter is that it's one of those fandoms that you start at a very young age, whether you're 7 or 8, and you can just grow with it as Harry grows. And especially with people that have these train sets, they want to be able to add on to it every year, and giving them the opportunity to do so by choosing their sides and picking their house crests. It was a really fun project, and I'm excited to see how these do. For the adult collector fans, we have our very popular and growing Anheuser-Busch and Budweiser items. We did the Quonset hut a few catalogs ago, but we're bringing it back here with some fun and unique deco. I don't know about you guys, but I see these Quonset huts multi-purpose into all kinds of businesses and buildings as I drive down the road. So we thought it was fun to imagine that they'd turn it into a Budweiser brew hut with the classic Budweiser advertising on the side. In the scale world here, we're recreating some vintage Budweiser trailers. And then every year we have done a Clydesdale reefer and Budweiser reefer. So you get the Anheuser-Busch or Budweiser. What was really cool about the Budweiser one this year is that this is in honor of a car that Budweiser, or a can that Budweiser had re-released in 2021 from the 1940s that they had used specifically to send to the troops during World War II.
Wow.
So they were the olive drab cans that were again sent to those who served during that time. They re-released that can in 2021, and then again we're now able to use the graphics here on the boxcar. So this one came out really cool, and I think everyone in the office was really excited to see that olive drab on there and to know the fun history behind the art.
Yeah.
Speaking of Area 51, for those who model the Area 51 Railroad, new to Lionel Tooling, we have the Area 51 Drive-In Diner. That's going to have command control in it to run with your legacy remotes or your cab 2s. what's really cool here, a lot of animation, a lot of sounds, a lot of lights and graphics. So will be a very fun addition to anyone that's got the Area 51 theme or just wants to add it to a siding here. We're going to have a lot of fun with the custom sounds inside of that. We also have an Area 51 barrel loader. Those will have if you see there, each barrel that comes with it will have a glow in the dark effect. I don't know if you guys remember those stars that you could get to add to like your ceilings or walls, and when you hit them with a flashlight, they'd light up and glow for an amount of time. We have that same technology in these barrels here. You will get them in the barrel loader, or you can buy them as a 12-pack separate sale as well.
Very cool.
And then again, we have the O scale item, which Ryan will talk about here when he visits you, but that's going to be cool and have the glowing green effect in it as well. And then Angela Trotta Thomas, how could we not have a catalog without Angela? So she is her adding on to her series of boxcars with, again, the Texas Special, playing off what we're doing there with the set, and her Texas Special boxcar, as well as the General boxcar here. So you're really getting those iconic locomotives painted in a way that only Angela could do. They come out beautiful every time. I know, especially visiting your store with Angela, the amount of fans and the amount of love that people have for her artwork and the nostalgia factor that it brings up for everyone. Having her art grace the sides of a boxcar is an honor for us, and we love doing them year after year.
And then we have
Great stuff. Go ahead.
And then we have highly decorated trolley, also by Angela. We thought, let's do something unique here that we haven't done before in our trolley line, which is definitely a fan favorite, and it's one of my favorites. And so, actually, if you look inside the windows, you see a series of colorful ornaments, which will be illuminated, by that interior lighting. But also on each side of the trolley, there's a little scene there, an outdoor scene. And on one side is Santa, and he's got his reindeer, and he's taken off, and then there's gifts falling out of the back of his bag. And so on the other side, you see those gifts, and they're sitting there, and then you'll notice some trains in there. So really just fun way to celebrate and to work with someone we really, really admire and who's very talented.
And
yeah, we tell Angela we want to offer up a challenge, but it's not really a challenge to her to put, we say, hey, Angela, you haven't put any art on this yet. Let's go ahead and try it. And she always knocks it out of the park. So excited to see her art on the trolley for the first time.
Yeah, that General boxcar just looks like a whole scene on there. It's just it comes to life. That one comes to life.
She did
really good.
As always. She does a beautiful job. I mean, the art speaks for itself. They come out so well, and we're excited to be able to add 2 more to people's collection.
Yeah.
And the trolleys are like perfect for Christmas time. So it's really neat that you guys incorporated Angela Trotta Thomas into this, because every year during the Christmas time, everybody calls up, do you have a trolley? Do you have a trolley? And to incorporate Angela Trotta Thomas, who paints these unbelievable Christmas scenes and train scenes, it's just very, very iconic. So really neat. And I think that's came out beautiful.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and if there's any way to get a picture of the other side of it, would be great. This way we can kind of show both sides when we promote it.
Sure, we'll send that over to you.
Absolutely. So this entire spread here, again, these are items that are printed and assembled in the U.S. And what makes each of these special is they're actually a part of a long series of collectible cars we've been running over the past few years. And so, for example, our Wings of Angels series, bright, colorful, trendy. And for those who like to collect just these, we're bringing 3 new pieces here. So you have another version of Sarah, who is a very fan favorite in these. We got a Jen and an Ariella. And for history buffs out there, we're continuing our Battlefield Honor series by doing a car that we swore we had done. And it was kind of a shock when we realized we hadn't done the Battle of Midway, which is so important for history. So naturally we were like, we have to do that. And as you can see, the Battle of Midway also has that roof print. It has really cool imagery from the actual battle and a really highly decorated door with some dating on it. And so this is just a really sharp looking boxcar. And we will continue in the short term to do some pieces with the Battlefield Honor Series. And then on the right side of the screen there with the presidential cars, these are actually for now the last 3 of our sort of deceased presidents. And so for those of you who have been collecting a long time, you might have a lot of these cars. But it's not going to be the end of this particular theme and series. We have so many cool things coming for these collectors. So make sure you check those catalogs because we might surprise you with what we do next.
I don't even know half their names, all these dead presidents.
I know, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. Up top there, another anniversary. So this would be the 50th anniversary of the Chessie system. And as you know, they own Baltimore and Ohio, Chesapeake, or Baltimore, yeah, Ohio, yeah, Chesapeake and Ohio, and Western Maryland. Again, for me, this is kind of personal because I'm from Maryland. So these are the road names I was familiar with growing up. And a really cool, sharp looking logo there from one of our artists. So again, just a nice way to honor such an iconic company. Below that, we have probably one of my favorite boxcars of the entire year. I'm a total space nerd, so this made sense. Kind of like Meghan in the Halloween series. We're honoring. It's so true. I love watching her. And so this is our James Webb Space Telescope boxcar. Much like you would celebrate the moon landing, this has such importance to really mankind in general. And what's cool about it is not only does it have a picture of the telescope and space imagery, but it actually has a quote from the NASA team and NASA administrators. So with the silver body and the gold trucks, it's going to have like a shimmer, and I think it's going to come out really nicely. I think I might have to get like 10 of these.
Very cool.
Yeah, that'll go well with some of the other space-themed items that we've done. And if you have the full version of the catalog online, you can see that there's plenty of items that the NASA logos can go back with. The space launch set, the rocket launcher, some of the different accessories there. The art on the side of this car, Cori, just came out so beautifully, and I'm so glad that you were able to share it with everyone and bring that out this year because, like you said, the James Webb telescope is such a big deal, and the art on that car is just second to none. It looks so good. For those who are fans of a large freight contest, modern contest here, we also are bringing some additional maxi stack cars. We have the TTX and the BNSF with some trailers on there, so you can continue to make your large modern contests. All right, moving on to Christmas. Ryan is going to talk about this engine in the next few days here, but the Sleigh Bell Limited is such a showstopper piece, so I'm excited that he'll be able to get to share with you that one.
Very cool.
Yeah, the first time
I'm going to let Cori talk about the RDC Bud cars here for Polar Express.
Right. So yeah, as I alluded to earlier, this is the 5th of a series of paint schemes we're offering. What's cool is it's got that snowy roof, and again, it's got those custom Polar sounds. So when this thing is illuminated, it's going to go great with all the other cars and accessories that are in the Polar Express line. And it honestly is so much fun to work on these because the Polar Express has become kind of a staple in many people's homes for Christmas, and to do something unique was fun. And speaking of unique, and as someone who is a fan of the motion picture, what better way to create probably the coolest scene in the movie, in my opinion, which is the Polar Express sliding across the icy lake at night. And so we thought, how could we recreate that scene in a fun way? And so we came up with this idea of taking some illuminated fast track, kind of pumping the blue light into it and laying it over top of what is about the thickness of a map of a sheet, and it's highly decorated to, at the bird's eye view, look like that icy lake. So if you dim your lights a little bit and you run your Polar Express train across this, what's going to happen is the lights are actually going to flicker, and it's going to create that sort of chaotic effect that we're looking for. So if you like Polar Express, you're really going to like this, and we hope you enjoy it.
I thought this was the coolest thing in the whole catalog. I thought this was really unique, and I think it will add so much to any layout. And I quite honestly, I wish we could put it on our layout in the store if we had the room for it. But we may have to reorganize some things. But it's really cool, and everybody goes crazy for this animation and Polar Express stuff. I'm not sure. Our friends at Trainworks, they make these beautiful train displays with Lionel Trains and Polar Express themes, and this is like the perfect kind of thing they could add on for a really cool layout. So I think this will be really neat.
At first I said, well, they didn't make any straight track. Straight track would be great, but that is actually the straight track right there. So all you need is to get a bunch of these curves, and you can do a whole circle with the same stuff.
Absolutely. We do offer other lighted track. This particular track has the blue color, but definitely could create an even more chaotic scene if you'd like to.
Yeah, I think people are going to want more variety and options in the future.
Yeah, really cool to be able to add opportunity for some additional action on the layout. That's definitely going to be a talking piece. I know there's so many people out there that already have huge Polar Express layouts, so that they better make some more room for this to add to it, because it's going to be really cool.
Yeah, and great for kids too, for families who maybe that is just like the eye candy their kid needed, right? They watch the movie, they sit under the tree, and they get to watch that.
Speaking of other things that we can add on to the Polar Express, again, we've done so many Polar Express items, and so excited to be able to show you guys stuff year after year for fans that have been collecting Polar Express items, or people new to the hobby. This Polar really is sometimes the gateway to get everyone into the hobby, and something that's easily recognizable. And the amount of items that we have are just second to none. I'm excited to add the flat car with the butter dish, hot cocoa container on there, keeping in with the theme of the fresh hot chocolate on the Polar Express, and then adding a mint car in a different color that we had done before, with the simulated sleigh bell loads within. Also excited to add a new illuminated covered bridge with the iconic scenes from the movie, the great graphics on each side.
Is the graphics a decal or painted on?
It will probably be painted on. We had done the decals in the past, and we've come a long way from that, and definitely have some abilities to do some beautiful graphics on the side.
Okay, great.
Yeah, those cover bridges always look really great in person.
I am going to let Ryan talk about Old School Christmas and move on to Winter Wonderland. Again, this is an upgrade from the 4.0 set, so those of you who weren't able to get the opportunity of the 4.0 now have the opportunity to get it in the 5.0 with the additional features. This one will have a different road number from the previous Winter Wonderland set, so that you're able to tell them apart. And bringing back to the lineup, we're doing another Christmas tree flat car. These flat cars did really well. They have the cool Christmas trees on them with the twinkling lights shining through. So able to do a new paint scheme in that for this year. And we also have the Santa's Workshop with Sounds. This one, I just actually saw a sample of it not too long ago. It's going to have that LED string lighting around all four sides of the building. And then it's going to have a timed loop of sound. So after every minute, you'll get a loop of a sound scene with Santa's elves working in the workshop there. There's also a sound on-off switch so that you can turn the sounds off if you'd like. But it's got that illuminated interior, plug, expand, play, and the string lighting around the front of it.
Right. So, and then as mentioned earlier, here's the Christmas North Pole Central version of our TNCC Rail Bonder. So for those who want a more fantasy look, and especially given what Megan just showed us in that line, this could be a nice pairing.
We also have, in continuing with the Maxi Stack theme and the graffiti theme for this catalog, We had some fun coming up with some Christmas graffiti as well. So both sides, again, have that different graphics on each of the containers and highly decorated maxi stack load there. Those are going to come out really cool. I think people are going to like those. Our graffiti items have done really well in the last few years. So excited to do a Christmas theme on that as well. And then we have the Santa's Choice milk carton flat car with the butter dish sitting on top of there. This calls back to the milk loader that we had done probably 4 or 5 catalogs ago, but bringing back that Santa's Choice graphics there to tie it into things that people already have on their layouts. This year, our Christmas music car is also going to have illumination in it. We do the music car and the 2023 Christmas box car every year, but we really wanted to pack a punch and do something new. So all of the cheeks on the carolers there will have that rosy red glow. You'll have the on and off switch for your lights and sounds here. And again, this will be track powered. You don't need anything additional in order to run the sounds on this one. And again, that illumination will be on both sides of the car, lighting up the cheeks of the carolers. I think our 2023 Christmas box car, the decoration on that with, the gentleman cutting down the Christmas tree as the kids watch on or goof around and throw snowballs. Every year for collectors, the Christmas box car is a very important piece for them. So having that iconic scene on the side of it that carries not only in our O-Gauge line, but to our American Flyer line, I think they came out beautifully, and I think people are really going to enjoy them. Our Christmas accessories this year all came out really cool. I'm excited to have, again, the new to Lionel Tooling St. Nick's Nog Shop Drive-In Diner. Again, command control accessory here with lots of sounds and animation. It'll have realistic sound effects, fun little scenes within it, and you get the action of the cars and the car hops moving as well. A Christmas Roadside Diner, I believe in 22C2, we offered the generic roadside diner. This one's going to be all Christmased out and have the LED string lighting around the top of it. Again, and the illuminated interior. What we've done differently from years past on this diner is we've taken the iconic sign from the top of it and we've scooted it down onto the top of the accessory so that it can have that lighted effect to simulate like the neon lights of the old school diners. For those of you, again, who are fans of Disney, you have the Disney Christmas set that's been running now here, very popular for the last few years. We wanted to introduce an accessory to go with it so that people could continue to add on if they've already collected the set and add on cars. So the Disney Christmas Station platform features the unique decoration that's going to match the Disney Christmas set. We have the Hot Cocoa Northeast Caboose with deck. What's really cool about this one is that it comes with the decking detail included. As you know, people like to repurpose anything and turn it into a shop or burger hut or store. I saw one not too long ago that was a straight up barbecue place that you could walk up the deck and order right off the caboose there. The kit is very easy to assemble. You could paint it or stain it if you like. And the deck itself is actually made in the USA. So really excited to be able to include that inside of there. And again, for any level of modeler, really simple instructions, everything snaps together really easily. You can park this off to the side. It comes with a 10-inch piece of Pug Expand Play Fast Track so that you can kind of park it off to the side. Or you can take that Northeast Caboose and run it on your consist if you'd like. Or you can park it off the side and, again, simulate the Hot Cocoa store there. And then continuing on with the Quonset's hut, we had to do it in Christmas, obviously. So we have Dasher's Buy and Fly with the cool reindeer prints going over the top here. Not only is Disney celebrating 100 years this year, but Warner Brothers is as well. So we were excited to be able to replicate the iconic Warner Brothers water tower. The decoration that you see here and the graphic that you see here was used in the early 2000, late 1990s scheme. Anyone who's familiar with Warner Brothers is familiar with that water tower. So to be able to recreate that in honor of their 100th anniversary was really exciting. And again, you've got that blinking light on the top of that with the plug, expand, play. We're also honoring the 100th anniversary with a theater of their own. This is going to have some unique graphics harkening back to movies that Warner Brothers is known for, such as the Wizard of Oz movie posters on the side of that, Shawshank Redemption. There's going to be movie posters within the interior, which is going to be lighted. You're going to get that blinking marquee and the lighted poster boxes on each side. And then an easy add-on to celebrate Warner Brothers and their classic movies. Again, as you can see there, you see Willy Wonka and Wizard of Oz, South by Southwest. So having those graphics there in a fun and unique way to display around your layout and honor Warner Brothers and the 100 years of movies that they've done. Again, just a really nice, easy add-on for you. Mm-hmm. We'll also be doing a generic version of the Lionel Theater. So that'll have some really fun movie graphics on there, some very pun-filled. We had fun coming up with all kinds of different movies that we could feature on there. For those who maybe don't want a whole themed out theater, we have the generic version as well. Again, same lighted marquee and lighted movie boxes. Having fun again with the gate man, but in a what's the word I'm looking for? In a respectful way with the Patriot Salute gate man, having the soldier come out and salute the trains as they come by. So that'll have a new sculpt for you. And again, that'll go with anything in the line, any of our Americana stuff, or just to honor a veteran in your life to have this on your layout, we thought was really neat. Again, anytime we get to do a new sculpt or add something new to something that we've done existing, they always do really well. Speaking of having fun with different things that we do, we have the prankster flagpole. I don't know about you guys, but whenever I went to camp, we always found it fun to try and pull different pranks on people. And one of the ones that we always heard of was, oh, so-and-so put someone's underwear up the flagpole. So while not to scale, you do get the different pairs of underwear there on that lighted flagpole there. So just a fun and cheeky conversation point for anyone's layout. Mm-hmm. We also have the Lionel Ale Quonset hut with the unique Lionel Ale decorations on that. As you know, we've done some tank cars and some other different items that feature that Lionel Ale logo on there. Some people were honored and lucky enough to actually taste the real deal. So that was fun to put that reminder on people's layouts. And then for those little ones there that are just getting into the hobby and really into Thomas, had to add that billboard pack in there. Again, easy accessory to add to anyone's layout with the cool Thomas and Friends graphics on there with all their favorite characters. Whenever we try to add an accessory to our Thomas and Friends things, we want to make sure that it's accessible to all of our littlest fans as well as their mom and dads as they're just starting out. And the billboard pack is definitely the way to do it. I'm also excited to talk about some new smoke fluid. We have some new smoke fluid come in with all kinds of new different scents. Winter Wonderland is going to really remind you of all those fun Christmas smells. It's got like a pepperminty, fun holiday scent to it that when you smell it, you're going to be like, oh, this reminds me of Christmas. The American Summer scented smoke there. You can't have America without some America apple pie. So that's going to be a fun smell for everyone. If you're buying a gift for someone and you want to add, tell them happy birthday, you got to get them the happy birthday scented smoke fluid, which is going to smell like a birthday cake. For those with more mature, what's the word I'm looking for? Not a palate, but want a real refined smell, we have the vanilla bourbon, the fun maple syrup, and the bay leaf and tobacco. We had such a blast here in the office smelling all kinds of different scents and choosing which one was going to be new. Let me tell you, there were a lot that didn't make the cut, but these were definitely some of our favorites. And I expect that you'll see some more new scents here in the next few months to come as well.
Right. The Warner Brothers Tower, is that a decal or painted on?
It's decal.
Decal. So a guy can buy the tower and put whatever he wants on it also.
I suppose he could, but I'm sure he wants to celebrate the Warner Brothers 100th.
Yep. Oh, they can put the decal somewhere else too. They can do that. Yep.
And as you'll see here in the printed, anyone that got the printed version of the catalog, we also list all of the previous items available that you can check with Train World. These are items that we have in stock here. Available for reorder, and if you want to see the full catalog, you can visit lionel.com/catalogs to do so.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Awesome.
Very good. Good job.
Marathon session for you guys.
Thank you very much, both. That was amazing. A lot of great stuff, a lot of unique stuff, different. And I could see the excitement when you create these items. Probably it's probably so fun to think about, like, the different variations you can make on something. It's pretty wild. You have to have a creative imagination to keep on coming out year after year and catalog after catalog, all these different ideas. So really neat. I saw a lot of people excited over a bunch of different things.
Yeah. Well, we went over all my back orders yesterday. The orders are just coming in every day. And I just want everybody to know what's the best sellers out there right now. So the Mickey handcar by far in red is the #1 seller, outdoes everything else. The Christmas boxcar every year is just big numbers on that. The Billups crossing signal, which is not, we didn't go over it tonight, but we were just at the Big E train show in Amherst, and that accessory is so cool. It's got a siren sound. It's got flashing lights. It's got a skull on it. That's going to be a very hot item. I hope you have made enough of these things. The 060s in Alaska and Reading, and those little switches in 2.0 are doing excellent. Those will be a sellout for sure. The #5 was all the Disney stuff. Disney stuff was doing excellent. They were hand in hand with the Willy Wonka stuff. There were big orders on both evenly too. Whoever ordered Disney ordered Willy Wonka, I guess. And the Super Chief boxcar, the Santa Fe, is doing very well with everybody on that also. So that kind of like sums up the top 7. You got the Texas Special set. The Rail Bonders are doing excellent also. Wings of the Angel boxcars, Army, and Midway. So that's like the top 10 in the catalog, and everybody's just ordering all of those.
And that, is there a order deadline that we have? Is it at the end of this month or middle of the month? Do you know the exact date?
The end of the month, but it's not a built to order type thing, so you can always order after the deadline. But it gauges us on what we need to order. So the sooner you order, the quicker we can order, and then Lionel knows what to order. So it's kind of important to get your orders in. We don't take deposits, and you can cancel at any time. It's pretty easy with us, and it just gives us a sense of what we need to order in quantity. This way, come Christmas time, you're able to get it.
Yeah, and if you are looking for your Lionel ready to roll or traditional items that we went over tonight, if you go to brand, select Lionel Trains, you could also select the Lionel catalog under the catalog filter. So all your items from this year's catalog are sorted out for you, so you know where to go. And you could also break it down if you're interested in rolling stock. You could search by road name. You could search by engine style. So we have a lot of different ways to break it down for you and make it easy. And our pre-ordering is very simple. There's no money down up front. We don't charge you until the item comes in. I know a lot of places you may have to put a deposit down or a percent. We don't take any, not even a penny down. So it's very easy and simple to do. So it's, I don't know, Ken Cena, if you want to add anything onto that, but I think it's pretty straightforward.
Every time you go on the computer and you show me these things, I didn't know it did half that stuff. So I learn every time you show me that stuff. That's pretty cool that it breaks down the catalog too. That was very good. Very good.
Yep.
My son's, you did a great job building this website, Ken. I know it's like a 24/7 job, but it works pretty good. Pretty good.
Well, we're getting there, and we're still doing some great things, and we still got a couple of tricks up our sleeves that we'll probably release at the in a couple of months. But I want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. It was great having everyone on the show. And don't forget, this Tuesday, we're going to have Ryan Kunkle from Lionel Trains, Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern. So don't forget, we're going to go over all the high-end legacy and high-end powered. And before I lose my voice, I'll turn it over to my father, Ken Sr.
Yeah. Well, I also want to thank you, Megan and Cori. You did a great job, and it's always a pleasure to have you explain things to us. And you always find a few things I didn't know. You know, you just never stop learning. There's so much to see in that catalog, so much to read, and it's great that you pointed out. And you're doing a great job. I tell you, it's your team is excellent, and you're making the right stuff, great stuff. And it's going to be an exciting year, without a doubt, an exciting year. So thank you very much.
Thank you guys so much for having us. We always enjoy getting able to come on here and talk about all these items with you, and share all the excitement on the 2023 catalog. It's a great one. We're excited to share it with you guys.
Awesome.
Thank you so 2026 much. Catalog?
2023.
Well, thank you so much, ladies. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone.